Iran's government approves a bill to combat violence against women. In Iran, the Iranian government has recently approved a long-standing bill that aims to protect women against domestic violence. On Sunday, January 3rd, cabinet ministers supported the draft bill titled, quote, Protection, Dignity, and Security of Women Against Violence, end quote, which has been pending since former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad.
Ahmadinejad.
Even
Thank
I
you.
can do that one.
Damn, guys. Since his administration. The bill defines violence as, quote, any behavior inflicted on women due to sexuality, vulnerable position, or type of relationship, and reflects harm to their body, psyche, personality, and dignity, or restricts or deprives them of legal rights and freedoms. The bill also details the creation of a fund by the judiciary to assist victims of violence and help incarcerated women. But Human Rights Watch said that the bill, quote, falls short of international standards as it does not criminalize some severe forms of gender-based violence, such as marital and child marriage. I'm saying R as in R-A-P-E, okay, because YouTube doesn't like that word. Okay, so this bill does not criminalize marital and child marriage.
Right. The legal age in Iran has been increased for girls from 9 to 13. So,
yay.
I mean, that is progress. I don't know. It's hard to celebrate. It's hard to be like that. It's such a hard thing to comment on, because you can, at the same time, it could be like, well, I'm glad a whole bunch of 9 and 10 and 11 and 12-year-olds are not going to be ARD. Okay, again, we're saying R because we can't say the real word because here non-consensual, intercourse. So we're happy about that, but we can't be. It's hard to celebrate something because that means like 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds are still being. And again, in Iran, you having sex without consent with your wife without consent is not considered R, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's horrible. So I guess, like, how do you address something when something was extremely horrible and is still extremely horrible, and it's somewhat less horrible than before, but it's still extremely, like, do you celebrate it? Do you condemn it? If you celebrate some progress, are you endorsing where it is right now? Like, what's the proper way of addressing this? I do also want to say that there's an idiot in the live chat who's saying, sorry, I'm calling you an idiot. It's Al Jazeera. How can you even expect this to be true? Well, this is true. So if you actually go look at the story, you will go do some research. This is a true story. So you're wrong, and your comment is idiotic. You have committed the genetic fallacy. Maybe go look it up before you embarrass yourself further. Anyways, what do you think? What do you guys think? How do you respond to this?
Yeah, also, like, we can acknowledge the bias of our source and still talk about the things that are factually true. Oh my god. Thank you, Suha, for providing our little lexicon here, a little legend. Rivka, you go first.
So, being that the bill is saying it's aiming to protect violence against women and their dignity and their emotional and physical and, mental health, it talked about in terms of anything that inflicts harm, their psyche, their personality, their dignity. So, due to sexuality, what it's telling women is that once you become married, any of those things, you don't have that protection anymore. Yeah. If something inflicts harm on you, your physical body, your psyche, your dignity, that doesn't matter because you're you've lost the protection of a personhood once you become married. Now you're just an adjunct to or property of this man. And so it's very sad. And it's also saying that to children or girls under, girls 13, between 13 and 18, that their particular type of trauma isn't considered actual violence that inflicts trauma on their psyche, because if it were, it wouldn't be because it's like two different things happening at the same time. They're saying they want to deal with this, but in these specific situations they're not. So here's where it's okay.
I want to highlight. So, Miriam Namazi actually quote tweeted us reporting on this news, and I thought this was a very salient point, saying government that is the main source of violence against women approves bill to combat violence against women. #Iran. So by their definition that they give about violence against women, about behavior, any behavior inflicted on women due to sexuality, vulnerable position, type of relationship, inflicts harm on their body, psyche, personality, and dignities, restricts or deprives them of legal rights and freedoms. I was like, sounds like your regime, bro. Like...
Okay.
This type of relationship, well, that's not true, because a marital relationship is a type of relationship. So,
all right, I have some commentary, but before I do that, I want to say Swab. I don't know how to read your name, but the guy that I just basically called an idiot, saying, "Sorry, guys, I apologize." No,
okay.
I'm sorry. No, it's not okay. I'm sorry. I was too mean to you, and you were so good at accepting criticism. Oh, look at this. He said, "I'm sorry." Oh, that is very sweet. I mean, sorry if I was too harsh. I apologize. Should have come.
No, who you should have gone off on was a Hindu for Power guy who said that it's a jihadi network. Okay, Hindu for Power. We can easily call you an idiot. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you come out and apologize as well. But you are actually, based on your own name, you are the Hindu jihadi source of information yourself. Anyways, let's okay.
Bovine jihadist.
I do want to have some. Here's what I think is the best way to address these things. Okay, if somebody is torturing you, okay, and then they torture you just a little bit less, you can celebrate the fact that they're torturing you less without congratulating the person that is torturing you. Do you know what I mean? So acknowledging, like, you could, for example, if Iran increases the age of marriage from 9 to 13, okay, you could still celebrate the fact that there's a whole bunch of 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds who are not going to be suffering, okay? Celebrating that does not mean that you are congratulating this horrible regime, okay? And that you're not going to be pushing for increasing it from 13 to a higher number, okay? You're going to continue to push. You're going to continue to condemn this government. You're going to continue to shame them. You're going to continue telling them that this is not nearly enough, that they're far behind the rest of the civilized world, while at the same time being happy. Just being happy that there's some people are going to be suffering less is not an endorsement, and it's not a congratulation to a horrible, fascistic, backward, violent regime like the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Gogo Dal is saying, "I'm very concerned that these reforms are in order to reduce public pressure and thus are a very tactical political move and not a humanitarian one." Very
yes,
good point.
Of course.
That's very, very likely.
But the thing is that
like
that
the MBS playbook is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the MBS. Exactly, that's the MBS playbook. And what that means is that
Reform
public pressure works.
Yes.
That we have to make that when means that when they do respond to public pressure, when you get even a small win, instead of like, oh, we got to win, less public pressure. No, like, oh, we got to win, more public pressure, right? More, that means more public pressure, okay? Because it shows that it works. And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.